how Harry is already acting like an alpha papa. Prince's hand-holding steely gaze and bodyguard stance send a clear signal that he's taking a role as a father-to-be very seriously. Judy says, this toe-along ritual places Harry in the role of leader and protector, with his hand placed emphatically on top in the encompassing hand clasp. His raised head and steely gaze plus the way he offers the crowds a rather businesslike, low wave of recognition seem to signal he's taking his new role of father-to-be very seriously rather than joking around as he used to do. Meghan's bump cradling makes a happy and proud feature of her pregnancy, but she seems to face-check her husband and smile as though slightly amused by his alpha papa stance. The toe-along is a technique Harry has used on a number of previous outings, including on the royal tour of Australia, New Zealand, Tonga and Fiji last year. At one point while speaking to well-wishers, Harry placed a hand on the small of Meghan's back, potentially demonstrating an awareness of the discomfort his pregnant wife might be experiencing. Harry gently but telling places his hand flat on the small of Meghan's back here, suggesting he's learned the right spots where the backaches can start, Judy notes. This suggestion of father-to-be empathy and even sympathy receives a reciprocal gesture from Meghan here, who leans her torso in slightly towards his as they chat to their hosts. The prince is eager to ensure his wife is looked after, even as they move between engagements. This sits in contrast to Meghan's focus, which is celebrating her blooming baby bump. Judy says, for Meghan it is all about displaying her baby bump and sharing her joy and excitement with the crowds, but Harry appears to be more in bodyguard mode here, walking ahead and stretching his left arm back and out to usher and steer his wife along. Judy says, this pose suggests Harry's desire to protect and show concern versus Meghan's desire to do the same. As he chats to the crowds, Harry placed an encircling arm around Meghan's upper shoulders in a gesture of wrapping up and protecting. Meghan has always tended to be the one to use signals of confidence and reassurance in the relationship though, and so she reciprocates, not with a needy or vulnerable hug that might complement his gesture, but with a hand on his shoulders that is quasi-maternal and reassuring in its own right. This mix of messages could suggest Harry's keen to be protective but that Meghan's keen to show she's fine and still there to support him. Judy notes, Meghan happily stops to take a rose from the small girl here, but Harry watches closely from a distance, with his lips sucked in to suggest concern or some suppressed anxiety.